How's it going, everyone? My name is Kareem, and this week, I just want to show you guys my new addition to my Fruit application. As you guys know, this week's assignment, we had to attach an API to our page itself that basically accesses the database, grabs a random fruit and its name and its color, and randomly refreshes it whenever the user either submits or hits refresh. So basically, as you can see, it's the same basic concept that I had before with the fruit ID table, with the fruit name, fruit color. I added the image column as well, and these are just some of the images that I just kind of took off the internet and stuck them in there, and I still have my delete functions right there. So basically, this section right here is basically the API that I created. So basically, if we go and we hit refresh, there we go. So it pretty much pulls up another random fruit from the database itself. And as you can see right here, it says brown kiwi. You go down here, and that's fruit ID number 5, kiwi brown. And this is where I stored the image itself. So if you take a look at the code, alright, so basically, so this is where I kind of set up everything, the PDO for the database. So basically, I'm taking the content, getting the content from the fruit get. I'm decoding all of the content into a JSON object. I set up the user, password, database handlers for the PDO, MySQL, database name SSL, port we're using 889, and it's going to be user, which is root, password, which is root itself. And then I just basically have a conditional. Just basically if the post, so basically if the user hits add fruit, which posts this information right here. But yeah, if the user hits it, you can grab the fruit name, grab the fruit color, grab the fruit image, if any, and then you're going to insert all of those into the fruits database. You're going to insert the fruit name, fruit color, fruit images, and you can insert the values, and then I just pretty much bind the parameters to these variables at the top, which is using the post method to grab all the information, and then just execute the statement. Yeah, this is where I link my style sheet right up in the head. As normal, have a few divs, kind of just made the styling a little bit easier. I got everything wrapped up in a div of ID of main. I also got the form field area wrapped in a class form fill. So basically, for my API itself right now, as you can see right here, what I'm doing is under the coded up at the top, which is basically the JSON object of the content of fruit get. And if you guys want to see fruit get real quick, open that up. So basically, fruit get, once again, this one is where I basically just grab a random fruit from the database in itself, and right here in itself, I'm just setting up PDO, same process, user, password, same process. And this section is where I'm actually preparing my query. So what I'm doing is I'm selecting all from fruits. So every single row from the fruits table, and I'm ordering it by random. The random function just kind of randomize the order, and then basically what I'm doing, I'm just limiting it to 1, so that every time that this prepare statement is called, it randomly brings up just 1 row. And I'm going to execute that function. I'm going to grab all the information using the fetch all method, and I'm going to store all that information in the result variable. Then basically with the result variable, I convert it into an array so that basically I can get this file to be encoded into JSON in itself. And then right here, I'm just echoing out the JSON file. So if you echo out the JSON file in itself, what is it literally going to give you? It's going to give you one JSON object with the randomized fruit ID, name, and the color itself. And if there's an image attached, the image would also be there as well. So basically, fruit.get is just basically grabbing a random row from the fruits table and then just basically echoing it out, encoding it with JSON, and then echoing out the file itself, the information in fruit.get. So let's see. All right. So basically, what I'm doing right here in my API is I'm looping through I'm looping through each JSON object and looping through the actual object itself, and I'm declaring that variable fruit. And what I'm doing, I'm just basically echoing out this H2. So you got the H2 in this section right here, top fruit pick of the day, which is H2 right here in this section, and then you have H3, and I just use the class for styling purposes. And what I basically did right here is I'm using the fruit the fruit itself, the object that points to the color. But as you can see right here, I'm using the UC first, uppercase first. The method wrapped around each individual for the color and the name in itself. And basically what that prevents is that just makes it looks a little nicer on the printout. It gives it the capital B, the capital K, whereas down here if you look in the table itself, nothing here. You got strawberry, you got mango. Maybe mango was the only one that was capitalized on original input, but everything here, everything else is lowercase. But when you refresh it, and I hit refresh again for you guys, you see yellow banana, see yellow banana, and then you scroll down here and banana yellow. It's all lowercase. So that's pretty much what I'm doing on this one. Then for the image itself, what I'm doing is I'm concatenating the same fruit, that fruit image. If there is a fruit image for the image itself, I'm concatenating it in an image tag. And I'm basically just giving the image a width of 200 just to keep everything nice and neat and don't have any images stretching out, breaking the border, so on and so forth. But yeah, that's pretty much the API, and the API is going to be basically called every single time the page reloads. This for each loop is going to be run. So it's just basically going to refresh it every single time. Every single time you're going to get something new, and it's literally going to pick up something random from the database and display it to the user. This is just my form in itself. What I did inside of the form, just to kind of group these guys together, kind of keep them nice and organized. I split everybody up in divs, and then I have block align class on each individual div. And then if you scroll here, block align, I'm just basically displaying an inline block, and it's giving it a width of 220 pixels, so it kind of fills out this area, this space, nice and even borders on this end, even borders on this end. Then I got the whole thing with text align center, so you just have each thing kind of centralized. Then I still got the hover effects on the button. And I was basically using CSS. There's no jQuery involved at the moment. But let's go back to the code. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. This is my table row, my table header, and this just basically displays the table details, so on and so forth, that they grabbed from the database, which this entire process was explained in my previous video. But as far as the FruitAds API, that's pretty much it. Like I said, you just keep hitting refresh, green lime, top fruit pick of the day, green apple, and so on and so forth, yellow banana. So sometimes, like, it comes back pink guava, but it's all randomized. Magenta pomegranate. That's actually quite nice. And purple grape. Yep. Orange tangerine, red strawberry, red apple. That, of course. And I still got all my functionality still working. I can still delete files. I can still add and delete files at will. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, this is my fruit application. Thank you.